to get a hold of us, call the sheriff's office or call Silent Observer so that we're able to talk with them and get that information. So at this point, to answer your question, we're not looking for any other suspects, and we have no information that anybody else is involved in this.
We spoke with a couple of neighbors, and they told us that the smell coming from the home was like garbage. Like it didn't smell like a typical fire. And what can you tell us? What can you disclose about what was the tinder used for the fire, for the smoke in that residence?
Yeah, I'm not really going to go into what was used to start the fire. I'm not a fire expert. I can tell you that the entire trailer didn't burn, so in other words, it smoldered for a while, would be my layman's term of how to describe it. It wasn't a complete fast-burning fire like we see sometimes, probably due to the airflow through the trailer or the lack thereof. So the fire could have been smoldering for a couple hours, which was fortunate in this case that responders were able to get there when they did and put the fire out, put the smoldering fire out. But I don't know the exact source of what was burning. I'm not going to go into that right now.
And Captain, there was nobody else living at the residence, correct?
That's correct. It was the mother and her son that were living there.
And we said that this was likely a suicide in regards to the mother. Was there any sort of note left or any information like that you can share?
Not that I can share at this point, no. So a lot of this, like I say, is still under investigation. It's going to be pretty complex trying to piece everything back together. And we are still looking into the origin and the cause of the fire, as well as the deaths of both the child and the mother in there, and trying to get to the bottom of those as well, which we believe preceded the fire.
From neighbors, family members, anything, aside from the note, there could be preliminary indicators as to what may have forced her allegedly to do this. Was there anything from what family neighbors have told you that forced her to do this?
Yeah, I'm not going to go into that right now either. That's all part of the ongoing investigation. Any sort of motive or anything like that, I'm not going to go into at this time.
Did they work in smoke detectors?
I don't have the answer to that. That's part of the arson investigation.
Captain, can you speak to how, I'm sure this wasn't what officers were expecting when they walked into that home. Can you speak to how this impacts them?
Right. That's a big part of it. Yes, I can tell you that it's a tough thing to deal with. You have to look at a wide range of people there. Obviously, the deputies from the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office, but you also have the detectives that responded. You have fire personnel that responded. You had Department of Public Safety from Grand Valley that responded. You've got our victim advocates that respond. You've got family that responded. There's a long list of people that are there. Medical examiner's office. It's a disturbing scene anytime there's a death of a child, and a death of a child like this is tough to deal with. So we do a great job offering services for our employees now. We've reached out to some of the other agencies as well, just to check on their mental health and make sure that they're doing all right, because it can be difficult to deal with for that large group of first responders.
How are you and your fellow investigators reaching out to the Allendale Public Schools, since we understand that the 6-year-old child was in 3rd grade in a nearby school?
Right. Yeah, I've been in contact with the superintendent there, and I kept him aware of this investigation. We've had constant communication. I just talked with him today again. So we value those partnerships. I say that a lot of times when we do these types of things. The Sheriff's Office does the majority of this investigation, but it's the partnerships with the schools, with, like I say, the medical examiner's office, with the prosecutor's office, with our victim services unit, public schools, the fire departments, neighboring agencies. It's a very complex scene when you start that. Even something as simple as having emergency lighting brought to the scene by the fire department makes it that much easier for the Sheriff's Office to do our investigation. So it's a lot of teamwork that goes into something like this. We were out there till probably 2:30 in the morning. The neighbors were very supportive as well and helpful of us. We had roads closed down in there for a period of time. We had the lights running or the generator running. The weather was terrible, if you guys recall, and so it's a complex investigation. dealing with a scene like that, and you know, you do the best you can. And like I said, very tragic, horrific thing, and I think our job now is to try to get to the bottom of it and get some answers.
We asked about, you know, if there was a note behind, if there was anything that immediate with Angelica that stood out. But as far as anything with the sheriff's office, Ottawa County, anything in general, was there anything with the family, like past incidents, cases, investigations that may play a role in here, or are those irrelevant?
Not that I know of. I don't. Not that I know of. I don't think there was anything, any past investigations, like you're saying, or anything that criminal investigations or anything involving that family. Nothing that I know of.
Is there any reason to think the mother intentionally meant to hurt her son?
Yeah, I can't answer that question right now. I don't know. That's certainly something that we're looking into, and we consider all possibilities. So I don't know.
Do you know the last time that anyone had heard from her or seen her son?
That would be, so this incident was on Saturday the 17th, so that would be the day before Friday the 16th, and into that evening. People had contact with the mother and had seen the son that day. So a lot of that stuff we're still working on running down that timeline, but it was the day or the evening prior to this incident. And I think this incident, too, just to clarify, if anybody has information out there, like I said, although the incident occurred, you know, we responded to the scene at about 6 p.m. It may have begun several hours earlier, leading up to the call for service there at about 6 p.m. So that time frame between 3 and 6 p.m. on Saturday the 17th is what we're kind of focusing in on.
Was the last contact through family, friends, or coworkers?
Right, the family had been in contact with her. She has family that lives nearby there, and they'd been, you know, in contact with her via social media, via electronically, I guess, as well. Had communication with her.
And did the communications have any warning, anything seem off from what that family member has told you?
No. Anything else?
Appreciate it, Captain.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Unit 4, Mike? Unit 1?
Yes.
I think with this one.